Hi friends, this is Dr. Ascunce again in Dancing Dragonflies on Earth channel. We're glad that to be here again with you. We're here with Fiona in a beautiful city park in Florida, and today we're going to be looking for some ants. As you know, ants are insects, and they're tiny insects, and they're a group of ants that are natural to our area, our parks, our environments, and those are called native ants because they are natural. Their origin is from their own environment. And first we're going to be looking for some native ants from here, Florida, and see if we can find some. You know that ants live in colonies. They are social organisms, so they live in big groups. These colonies are sometimes they are built in the soil, and you may have seen some nests in the soil. So we're going to be looking for some. Okay, this one here. This.
What kind of ant is it?
These are called pyramid ants, and you can see how they are light reddish, and each ant is carrying a little bit of the soil, which in this case is mostly sandy soil, because we are in a sand hill in Florida. There is one ant in my hand.
Did it bit you?
Yes.
Does it hurt?
A little bit. Well, we want to protect native ants. They're very good for the environment because, like you can see here, some of these ants are carrying grain of sand. So they build their nest at a certain depth in the soil. So what they are doing is mixing the soil. They bring soil that is in the bottom to the top and so on, which helps the soil nutrients. And then when plant comes, they have better nutrients for them too. So this is one function of ants in nature. They're called soil engineers, and we can talk in other videos about how the complex these nests are and the different type of nests that we can find. Maybe we can find some other. So this is one nest, one colony of pyramid ants, and we can see, I think there is another one over there. Yeah, you see this also how fast they move. They're very active this time of the day, and they form this kind of conical nest. This is very typical of pyramid ants. That's what they call pyramid ants, because sometimes you can the nest could have a pyramid conical shape. So some ants have different shapes of nest. So basically it's different shape of houses. Like humans, we have different shape of houses. Ants also.
You got bit by it?
No, it was just a leaf. Okay. So Fiona have another question for you. Fiona, let's see. Did you see that?
Well, I saw an ant come out of it, but it doesn't seem.
Yeah, no, this is not a nest. Sometimes we see this ball of soil. There are some ants because even we don't see them in this grass, but there are ants under this grass. And there are different species of ants. Ants are very ubiquitous, so we find ants in all the environments except in Antarctica and the North Pole.
Yeah, it's too cold for them to live there. They have to have a certain amount of warmth.
Most tropical, we find more different species of ants, more diversity. So yes, Fiona have another question, right?
I have one question. What are at what time?
A dragonfly, Fiona.
At what
Friends,
time?
do you see? See?
Yeah.
Here, Fiona. Can you film it?
There's
You see? There are two dragonflies.
another one over there.
Okay,
It was above me.
here, ma.
I have one question. At what time of a year, like at what year, like when did fire ants get to America?
Fire ants. Okay. Can you film that, Fiona?
Sun's in my eyes.
We're seeing a lot of dragonfly friends. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, Fiona asked about fire ants. And maybe people that are from Florida will hear about a lot about fire ants. And actually, fire ants are a group of ants that are not native to the United States. They are native from South America, and they were brought accidentally by humans a long, long time ago, in the 1930s, and then they spread through the United States. And when ants do this type of thing, so they're being introduced by accident and they spread, they in most cases they became what we call invasive. And invasive reflects the fact that they have some type of negative effect on the environment or in humans too. And again, if you are in Florida, you know that fire ants can, we call it bite, but really what fire ants do, they sting us because they have some type of venom that sting. Like maybe you're more familiar with bees stinging you, so fire ants also can sting you. And yes.
Are there type of ants that have a bad type of venom that can make you sick or some sort?
Yes, in fact, fire ants do have a very venom that is allergic for many people. So some people have to be very careful to avoid being stung by a fire ant because yes, they can produce several allergic reactions. It depends on how many. Oh, look at this, Fiona! There are like 10 dragonflies.
Sorry if it isn't that good. I'll try zooming in more.
So.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
Oh, it went to the trees. It disappeared.
And actually, now that we see the dragonflies are good predators of fire ants, particularly when fire ants flight. Some of the fire ants, during some time of their life, they fly, and then is when the dragonfly can eat them.
Yeah.
But we're going to make a whole video just about fire ants because there's so many things that we can talk about. But for this video, I just want you to remember that there are native ants which are good for the environment and we have to protect them. So we try, the best way to protect any native animal is to preserve the environment. So we don't want to destroy the environment. We need to preserve our forests, our green areas as much as we can. And of course, don't disturb them on the, so these are native ants. They're good, we want to preserve them. And then we have invasive ants, which are have negative effects to the environment, to native ants, and to humans in this case also. Those we need to control them. We don't want them to keep spreading.
So what you mean, we need to keep them at a low capacity so they don't have a higher rate of destroying the environment that we need for the economy to grow, and also to keep the environment, like some parks in Florida have like things that sometimes if any type of animal or bug overpopulates, it can disturb that, and the natural and like the park would have to close since it doesn't have the stuff to be the park that it is.
Yes, and of course, when you control any type of insect or anything in reality, you need to be cautious not to that whatever control method you use, it does not affect the native animals, right? So, for example, in this case, if we want to control fire ants, we need to use a method that does not affect the native ants, like for example the pyramid ant.
I have a question.
Yes, Fiona.
Can we go to the shade?
Yes, I think we're done for today, for at least for this video. Maybe we will see if we can do a video just about the dragonflies. But I hope that you like the video, and if you can contact us to the email that we have in the description of the video, and we're going to put more information in the description of the video too. Subscribe to our channel, give us like, and ciao ciao!